happened? Like, did that thing just shush us? Soon as she said that, the doggone Tyrannosaurus Rex Jurassic Park thing gets come out. Good evening, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? This is Star Trek Discovery, Season 1, Episode 3. I'm catching up, y'all. Stay tuned after this one because Episode 4, I'm going to post immediately following. My immediately is probably like 30 minutes apart. I think that's how long it takes my videos to load. But both of y'all going to get them both tonight. Context is for Kings. Episode 3. So, it's 6 months after the battle. And Michael is being transported on a prison ship. And the prisoners don't know where the heck they're going. They all speculating that they're going to go be mine workers at some place. And I guess they have really switched the storyline. Because if y'all remember from the first episode, Fuller, who is the creator of the show, actually got fired from his own show. So he only wrote episodes 1 and 2, even though he still is listed as the creative director in the credits. I think he's still listed as a producer in the credits as well. But he's no longer working on the show. So I guess this is what they're doing. They're really making a turn from the original storyline. They jumped ahead 6 months, and here we are. So one big burly prisoner is talking to one of the dudes and like I say about what they got going on and what's going to happen on the ship. And he turns to Michael and says, so what we talked about, got your little panties in a bunch, you know what I'm saying? Cowboy is the other guy, the other prisoner. I nickname people, y'all. He's sitting there like, so you know who you're talking to? You know who this is? That's Michael Burnham. They're like, oh, the mutineer. I cannot stand that word. They said so much in this episode. If I was doing a drinking game, I'd be drunk by the end of this episode. How many times they said the word mutineer? Dude is like, oh, the mutineer. Starfleet's first mutineer in the flesh right here, right? So she's still sitting there, and then it's an Asian lady that's across, and she's like, you know, my cousin died on the Europa, along with 8,000 other people because of you. And Michael said, look, if you're going to be mad, little girl, let me tell you, it was 8,186 people. You're going to be mad at the real facts. I'm saying, I'm like, why she in a different uniform as the rest of them? She got like an orange jumpsuit on, and the rest of them got different color jumpsuit on. Is it by rank? Because, I mean, she was strict to rank. So, like, I guess the other ones may not have been strict to rank. I don't know. I just couldn't understand why she had on a different uniform than the rest of them. Is she considered dangerous? What's going on? While they're being transported, some space bugs start feeding on the doggone ship. And I call them little nanites because that's what they look like to me. And the pilot goes to check it out and see what's going on. I'm like, who the heck man in the doggone ship? So they all like, hey, get back here. What you doing? What's going on? So they trying to wrestle and get themselves away and get out. Of course, Michael know what the heck it is. She like, yeah, those some little bugs that's going to eat through this whole hull of this ship. If she don't go out there and exterminate them, we're going to die. We're going to freeze to death. Just as I was like worried about what the heck was going on with the autopilot, the autopilot malfunctions. I'm like, okay, what the heck is going on up in here? So, like I said, they all trying to get loose. Everybody but Michael. She was sitting there. I was like, dude, you got a doggone death wish? What is going on, girl? Get yourself loose too. Get loose. But then, another ship comes out of nowhere and beams them up into the sky. So they saved it. And they up in the USS Discovery. We finally meet the Discovery, baby. They come off the ship like, oh, this is all new and shiny. This is a new doggone ship, but it's far away from home. Well, I've been there, you know what I'm saying? So they exit off the ship and they get greeted by Commander Landry. She's the chief of security. And she looked like she ready for a fight at any moment just for sport. Homegirl looked like, I ain't got time for that. She looking like, look what the cat done drug in. I never noticed before, but they shields are different colors, right? So the prisoners are walking through the ship and they're like, okay, why is there so many silver shields up in this mud? I'm used to seeing the gold shields. And I guess they depict the rank or the status or whatever. It was like a few gold shields, but then they noticed some black shields. And like, we ain't never seen no black shields before. What the heck is this? I guess they realizing they not in Kansas anymore. So they all walking through curious as heck. Everybody except for Michael. I'm like, she looks so unbothered. So they go into the mess hall because she's like, I guess I gotta feed y'all. So they take him into the mess hall. And as soon as they're walking in, Michael runs into Kayla. Y'all remember her. She's the one that was screaming, going panicking, going crazy on the train too. Well, she got some little wacky doohickey on her head now because I guess part of her head got blew off or something happened to her head. And yeah. But she don't really speak. She just kind of like she here. Oh my God. So thanks, Michael. This is all because of you. And I just need to know if Saru made it. That's all I needed to know for real. Everybody is side-eyeing her as she walked through, and you know, people looking like her, the new Tania, right? So she decides to sit with the other prisoners because I guess she ain't really made no friends up in her. But when she sit down, Cowboy is like, so how about we make that 8,187? 187 on the undercover. I'm like, what? As soon as he said it, he jumps up. Security dude jump up, and Landry like, no, let's see where this gonna go. Calm down, right? He jumped up at her, and he take a swing at her, and no. Michael is whooping butt from her chair. She ain't even raised up. She's like, get up out of her. Then old Asian prisoner chick trying to jump up in her. Now, Big Burley, he didn't jump in. He just sat there. He kept eating his food. He's like, I ain't had no food in a long time. It tastes this doggone good. I'm going to eat some of my food. So he didn't jump in. But then, so she whooped the Asian prisoner butt. She whooped Cowboy prisoner butt. And right when she's finna do the little Vulcan neck press, Landry pull a gun out and say, hey, Captain want to see you. I was like, okay. She tell him put Cowboy in the brig. You know, he started a fight. Don't put him in the brig. I can't tell if I'm gonna like Landry or not at this point, but you know, I think she was a little bit impressed with Michael. She's like, oh, you got them Vulcan martial skills, girl. I said, yo. So they go into the ridge, and there's Saru. He looking like he lost a little bit of weight in his head. I don't know, his head looking a bit smaller than the first two episodes. I don't know. She introduced to the captain, Captain Gabriel such and such Lorca. I forgot what his middle name was. And he offered her some fortune cookies. You know, his family used to own a fortune cookie company back in the day. You know, 1,000 years of fortune cookies. They on the comeback according to him. And Mike was like, okay, Captain, what the heck am I doing here? She said, look, we supposed to be notified, and we was going to be transported even as prisoners. We had that right to be. I wasn't notified of anything. And then I noticed when we on our way to where we're supposed to be going, we make a doggone detour. What's up with that, right? Of course, you know, he talking in riddles and stuff like most people in authority do. But in the end, basically he's saying, look, you got some skills that I need, and I want to put them to good use on this ship. She's like, nope, I ain't able to do there. He said, excuse me? She said, no, I ain't gonna be able to do that. I just want to do my time. You know, Captain say, look, my bad. You thought this was a choice. You thought you had an opinion in this fact. You are Federation property, girl. And I can use you in any which way that I want to. I say you want to work for me on my special project, and that's it. End of discussion, right? So Landry walks back to her quarters, says, you know what, I see you in the AM for your job. She's like, what job? What the heck am I supposed to be doing? So she goes to lay down, and while she's laying down, she realized she got a little roomie. The cadet Sylvia Tilly, I'm going to call her Seal. I'm going to let y'all know that right now. And she is talkative as heck, right? And she's like, oh my God, I never thought I was going to have a roommate because of my condition, but since now I have a roommate, I don't know what to do with myself. I was like, oh my God, shut up, right? But she kind of reminded me of when I was in jail, right? They put me into this cell with this chick named Kelly. Everybody in the cell called her Crazy Kelly. And something was wrong with the girl. I don't know what it was, but nobody could room with her. And they stuck me in there. They didn't expect me to last night. I was the only one that got Crazy Kelly in check. And like the guard just come up and thank me and stuff. Like, oh my goodness, you're the only one that could deal with Crazy Kelly. We're going to keep her in there with you. It got to the point that Crazy Kelly requested to be out of the room with me. Because she kept stealing my damn Jolly Ranchers. But you know, this is not about me. So let's move forward. Seal is trying to get acquainted. And she's like, you know, I never met a woman named Michael before. I'm going to call you Mickey. She was like, no, you're not. That's not what you're finna do. Seal like me, I will rename some stuff real quick. Y'all see how I'm doing. I'm calling her Seal instead of Sylvia Tilly. So yeah, she kind of like me on that part. She was like, look, I ain't never heard of nobody else but this one chick named Michael. And that's that Michael Burnham girl who was the, you know, the mutineer. You ain't her, are you? And she didn't answer. She said, girl, hey, is that you? Is that you? So right before Michael was responding to her, they had a black alert. She's like, what the heck is going on this ship? And Seal tell her, or asked her, she said, you didn't get briefed on that? She said, no, I didn't get briefed. She said, well, you don't really have a need to know then. She turns over. I'm like, Lord Jesus, what's going on? Then all of a sudden, some water form on Michael's nightstand. And then all of a sudden it disappears out of nowhere. And Michael like, girl, you better start talking. What the heck is going on this ship? We didn't get that answer. So the next morning, Sadaru steps by and he picks up Michael so he can take her to her job. And he got promoted. He's now like lieutenant commander, first lieutenant, whatever. He's number one on this ship pretty much. And they speaking cordially and everything, but he says, everybody wants a little peek at you, like you a sideshow or something. And Michael learns that the Discovery holds like over 300 scientific missions or scientific commands. But when she tries to confirm that, so this is a science ship, right? Saru was like, look, go ahead, get your job. Take it. This is an engineer and this is where you're supposed to be working at. So he kind of blows her off, right? So she tries to offer an apology about what happened on the ship. And Saru says, you know what? I feel you. I know you feel regret, but you, my dear, something ain't right with you. You kind of dangerous. You a loose cannon, and I don't want to mess with you. I don't know why the captain sees something in you. He don't understand fear like most people do, but I'm afraid of you because you a dangerous, scary chick. In the discussion. And she's like, well, you know what? As soon as that prison ship get fixed, get all them little buggies off of it, I'm gonna be back on it. I'll be out of your hair. He said, and she said, I ain't gonna call you no trouble. He said, I know you won't, but if in the fact that you do, I will protect my captain, unlike you did. So while she's in the engineering base, she goes in and she asks this lady in there, like, where's her boss at? And she's like, he behind those doors. And she starts to go up to him, but that was restricted. You need a breathalyzer test in order to get up in there. I guess you can't take breath from dead people. I guess, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of gangster, but it's kind of scary to say knock on time. But anyway, Mike was like, since when did the engineering bay become like confidential that people can just walk up in that joint? She's like, Starfleet don't get down like that. Oh, girl, tell her, look, welcome to the Discovery, baby. We make our own rules up in here. Best you find you a station to make yourself home. So she goes over to the station that's next to Tillian, to Seal. And she's like, you can't sit there because, we have assigned seating. I was like, really, girl? This is some school bus stuff. Like, I can't put my bag down so you can't sit there. I was like, okay. So boss man comes out. And he's like, who the heck are you? Why the heck are you? And what is you doing up in my place? And she's like, well, I was assigned. He said, no, don't nobody assign you anywhere. I make all the assignments. She's like, oh, you must understand. He's like, no, I don't understand. I know who you are. You did Michael Burnham, the mutineer. That is such an ugly word. I always need another word. Mutineer. That's like a rebel, so to speak. I guess she is a rebel. She kind of went rogue. So, you rogue nation. I can keep saying mutineer. That's an ugly word to me. He kind of pretty much answered my question from the last week when I was asking, was she really Vulcan or she half Vulcan? Because basically she was just raised by Vulcan. That's pretty much what, she was, but she isn't one. And he's like, because my daddy, does Beatle cover songs, but they don't make him John McCartney. Something like that. He like, if you're so special, go ahead and decode this thing for me. Find you a spot, go somewhere. I mean, it ain't like we got a assigned seat in here. And I was like, really, Seal? I had to go back to Seal, like, really? You gonna tell her it was assigned seats and it really ain't no assigned seats? He's like, I just want you to get out of my doggone face. He go brush off his shoulders. And did y'all notice all the little silver dust flecks just fall off of him? I'm like, homeboy, what is that? But Michael goes back to Seal, who acting real stank right now. I was like, whatever, So Boss Man is speaking with his comrade. And going about the progress of their research. Apparently they started this together, but Comrade is evidently making strides that Boss Man ain't doing. And Boss Man is like leery about it. He's like, but you advancing, something is dangerously wrong with what you're doing there. And it's just, I don't understand what the heck is going on. So Michael comes up at the time he talking to him. He called her a lurker. And she asks like, what the heck am I working on? I need to understand what the heck is what I'm doing. He's like, girl, you think I'm going to let you in on my most special private project? She's like, fine, if you ain't got to let me in on it. I need to know. But if you ain't going to let me in, this right here is still wrong, no matter what. So he look at it. He realized that she right, but he ain't finna let her know. He's like, you know what? Bye-bye. You can go. So he sent her on his little way, and on her little way, and then he ends up back into the little Seal room. Okay, back in her room, Seal is in there snoring like a bird in hibernation, and Michael steals her breath. I mean, it gives a whole new meaning to take your breath away. Take your breath away. Whatever. So She goes back into engineering and she poof shots her breath from the little paper towel or whatever that was so she can scan it into the room. And when she go in there, first of all, I'm surprised the CEO had access to the room because she's just a cadet. So why would you have access to this confidential room? Anyway, neither here nor there. She goes in there and she get all this little new organisms, these new spores being grown. Lorca is receiving a top secret transmission notifying her that the entire starship was lost, and Boss Man and Landry need to go over and try to recover it. Come to find out, it's the ship that Boss Man's comrade was on. So he wants him to gather all that research material, make sure y'all bring it back. Boss Man is like, why we just don't beam that stuff over, you know? Instead of us going over there and then Saru said he got shields all around it. So plus the Klingons, they brought down the baby. So Boss Man is like, oh hell no, we ain't going over there. Captain say, let me remind you again, we are at war. Now go do your doggone job. I should have to keep telling you this every doggone day. So Boss Man goes and rallies the team together. And of course, he said, look, you got to take Michael with you. He's like, oh, what am I getting myself into? He said, look, this ain't no doggone democracy. I said, take her with you, and you gonna take her. Saru was like, he said, Saru, what you say about that? Saru said, you know what? She's smart as a motherfucker. I don't send her. I don't send her, right? Seal, Landry, Michael, they whisking away on a little mission, and Seal just won't shut up. I was like, dear God, girl, just shut up. I mean, she does try to apologize for her stank-a-dank attitude the other day. And she's just like, you know, maybe you could teach me to not care so much about what people think about me, because clearly you don't give a dang. And I need that, you know, to further myself into this career. So Michael's saying, look, I ain't gonna be here that long to be trying to teach you something that ain't nobody got time for that, as Mike B was saying. So they drop out of warp speed and approach the ship. And Boss Man is trying to brief the pilot on what he's looking at, what they're seeing. And Michael catch on to a few of the catchphrases. And he's like, girl, this is way above your understanding. So she dropped knowledge on him, like, look, her, I understand this, that, and the third. I know that, the third. She's like, look, I am more smarter than the average fifth grader. I'm let you tell you that. So he goes on about being the next god, pretty much. And he's not about to turn his research over to Lorca for their war purposes and give his minions the info to give it to him. So she like, dude, I wasn't even supposed to be here. So, you know what I'm saying? But Landry perked up, though, when he was giving that information. And oh boy is telling her, look, you right where you're supposed to be. Trust me, if he wants you here. So they enter the Glen, into the darkness, everybody, it was darkness everywhere. And they stumble across some corpses that look like they got sent through a meat grinder. There's some alien creature boats by. Like, pew! And was Michael the only person that seen that? Like, why did nobody else reacted to that thing flying behind them? Okay, so it's like electric pulses popping everywhere, sparks and shocks flying all over, emitting all over the ship. They see evidence that Klingons were present. They heading down to the engineering. There's this door trying to close, but then somebody's old severed leg is blocking the door from closing. Then they see Klingon bodies just piled up, like they got bodies just like the crew got bodies. So Michael was like, what the heck are we dealing here? What the heck is going to take out 12 armored and armed Klingons like that? You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden they see some big old scratch marks through the hull of the ship. And, you know, as I said, the bodies is all severed and everything. I'm like, we dealing with some Tyrannosaurus Rex, Jurassic Park type of stuff going on. Like, what was y'all building over there? Like, what the heck y'all got going on? I'm thinking, though, this is the moment that Seal got to die. Boss Man get on my nerves, but if somebody had to die, it should be Seal right now. Okay, so Seal is like, hey, you over there in the cut, come out of the shadows, I see you. The Klingon steps out. He's like, shh. Michael like, did that thing just shush us? Soon as she said that, the doggone Tyrannosaurus Rex Jurassic Park thing gets come out. And she like, run. I'm like, you ain't got to tell me twice. They running. The alien K9 is on their heels, baby. It's on their heels. They make it an engineering. They secure themselves behind the door. But then alien Klingon still coming through. Boom. Bouncing up against the door. Boom. Bouncing up against the door. So They gathering their intel, they picking up equipment and everything. They trying to get out the other door, but it's jammed. So Landry gets to cooking it with her little ray gun. It's like burning, but it ain't burning fast enough. So Michael say, you know what? Give me a phaser. First, I'm like, girl, we ain't finna get no prison, no doggone gun. But she's like, look, give me this phaser. I'm just gonna piss it off a little bit, right? So, while she aiming, because Alien K9 bust through, bam. She aiming at the gun and she pow, hit it. Wow, she pissed it off. She sure did. They get to the door. She take her running in the opposite direction. So she got in a little thing through the tunnel. So it's following her. She crawling hella slow. But it's crawling just as hella slow as she is because they ain't caught up to her yet. And while she's going through, she's reciting Alice in Wonderland. I was like, what is going on? The fact that I knew that she was reciting Alice in Wonderland was just, you know, I smart. Anyway, she radios her position and just in time to drop through the doggone thingamajigma to get into the other ship, leaving Alien K9 behind. So back on the ship, Saru tells the other prisoners, tell her that the other prisoners are leaving within an hour. She's like, I'm gonna be on that ship. Don't worry, I'll be out of your hair. But the captain has requested her presence though, and so he looked like, look here, we need you, we want you. What you say? He said, I got the power to make it happen. Just let me know. She's like, no, I ain't gonna do that. He said, look, girl. No, she said, look, you trying to create a WMD, and I'm not about that life. I live by the word of the Starfleet. I'm going to die by the word of the Starfleet. I'm like, girl, bah, get out here with that. So he's like, you know what? You want to know what? You know you want this. And besides, you hate to be wrong. So let me go ahead and show you. It ain't a weapon we building. Okay. But it will help we in this war. So he got a beams, he gonna get the spores and bring them in there and put her in a little containment field with the spores. And then all of a sudden, he beams her, take her on a little spore field trip to different worlds and everything to spark her interest. And it works, because she's like, okay, maybe I will stay. I'm like, Saru is not gonna be happy about this. In the mess hall, Saru sees the little prison ship take off. But his little tentacle things, they're back there like acting a fool. He's like, something ain't right with this, baby. And Michael goes back into her room, and Seal's like, girl, what you doing with her? I thought you was gone. You know, and she in there looking like the daughter from the cruise, you know, all that big red curly hair all over the place. But she's happy that Michael was still around, and like she notices that Michael got the book, and the book is Alice in Wonderland. Of course, she said this was a book that her foster mother used to read to her back on Vulcan. She used to read to her and then her foster mother's son, and they were supposed to be like the only humans on Vulcan or what have you. So Captain and Landry, they are watching the USS Glenn being blown to bits, smithereens, because they can't leave that ship out there, right? And I think. No, the captain, he beamed Alien K9 aboard the ship. And he seems to be fascinated with alien life. You see, he had all them the skeletons and all the alien taxidermy all over his doggone room and stuff. But he goes up to the glass and says, here, kitty, 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 kitty. And I'm like, oh, so it's an alien feline instead of alien K9. Who knew? Who knew? That was the end of episode 3, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think. If I missed anything, drop it down in the comments. How do y'all like the turn this is made from the first 2 episodes? It seemed, it kind of did like a, if y'all ever used to watch Stargate, it kind of did like a Stargate turn from when the crew went from SG-1 over to Stargate Atlantis. They had a lot more, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It's a different feel to the show. It's a lot more gory. It ain't even gory, but it's a lot more heaviness to the show than it did initially. But I don't know. I still kind of like it, though. I like the Stargate Atlantis. So we'll see how this goes. I still don't know how to feel about Landry. I don't like the captain. He just is pig-headed and bullheaded as doggone Michael is. I don't like the captain. Yeah, we'll see. All right, y'all. Stay tuned for episode 4. I will be posting that tonight as well. Thank you for coming back to this channel. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.